Hello and welcome back to eCabinets Tips and Tricks. On this video I want to continue with our little sink project here. I would like to show you how you can save this uh, sink and faucet as one unit. What I've done is I've just brought in the sink that we created and saved as an assembly into Cabinet Editor, and I'm going to just simply select the faucet and the sink, and I'm going to go to File, Export Selection, and I want to go under Import Sample HSFs and My HSFs, and I'm going to name it My Sink Demo, and save. Now I can back out of this because we don't want it anymore, and go into our display part editor here. I can load the STL/HSF file called My Sink Demo, and open it. As you can see, here it is, all in one. And I mean, at this point, you can edit the textures and the gloss and the mirror, and whether or not you want it flat. The one thing I would like to mention is that this particular object here is made up of different components. The strainer, if you right click on the strainer and look up under here under part number of part, it's 0. It starts numbering the parts at 0, so it'd be 0, 1, 2, 3, or whatever. The actual sink unit itself is number 2, and the faucet is number 3, and these little whatever they are there is number 1. I believe it's just something in there to make those little black finger pull things there. But you can right click on this, and like I said, you can change it to flat, and you can change the gloss and the specular. You can right click on the faucet. Let's go ahead and change that to flat, and we'll change the strainers there to flat, and I'm just going to leave everything else for now. The only thing we have to do now to save this faucet and the sink unit as one unit is click on Save, and we're going to save this under another directory, my HSFs, eCab tip demos, and OK, and I'm going to name it My Sink Demo, and OK. Yeah, I want to replace it. Alright, now what's going to happen when you go back into Cabinet Editor, and you're going to have to go through the same process as I did in the second video in this series, placing the sink in the cabinet, because what happens is that whenever you take it into part editor like that and save it, it doesn't maintain the height of the sink that was set. So you'll have to go through the same process. We'll go to Display Objects and select My Sink Demo there, and as you can see, it's down inside the sink. So we just have to go through the same process and delete this cabinet. But if you notice, when you select on this sink, it is all one unit. I'm not going to go through that on this video. You can go over part 2 to see how to do that. But what I would like to show you is, if I back out of this, once you do that, you can save that sink and cabinet as one unit. After you get it positioned correctly like you want it, you can save it. You would just have to click on the sink base itself, and make sure that the sink and the faucet is associated to the cabinet, and you can see it already is, but you would make sure that it's associated to the cabinet, and you would just simply save it in your library. Click on save, and as you notice, because this is a display object, you don't have to save it as an assembly. It's just a standard base. I've got it named standard base frame with sink. Name it sink base with sink, or whatever you want to name it, and then click save, and save it under whatever library you want it under. That way, whenever you take it into custom layout, if this is the same sink that you're going to use regularly, I mean, you can have different sinks and different cabinets if you want, but you can simply just select this sink and bring it in the room, or the sink base with the sink in it, bring it in the room, and it's already there. So that being said, this will conclude this little series. If you have any suggestions for future videos, or any questions or comments, please post them, and have a good day.